The very same officer who was attacked today had previously been dragged by an anti-ICE rioter who had rammed him with a car and drug him back in June. He sustained injuries at that time as well.
6 months ago, this same officer that opened fire today was dragged by a car. That's how dangerous their job is.
Well, listen, and you are right that this is the direct result of the inflamed rhetoric that Democrats have been directing at ICE and Border Patrol and law enforcement for years. We've seen now the left-wing mayor of Minneapolis say to ICE, get the F out of town, although he did not abbreviate the word. No. We've seen Tim Walz, the now disgraced Democrat governor of Minnesota, say that the state of Minnesota is at war with the federal government. You know what? When you use that kind of overheated rhetoric, when you call ICE officers Nazis or the Gestapo, which Democrats have done over and over and over again, you end up seeing what we're seeing all across the country, which is acts of violence directed at law enforcement. I was in Dallas just after a deranged gunman opened fire at ICE officers there because he had been listening to the deranged left-wing rhetoric. And sadly now, what we're seeing real time, what you just aired, is Democrats in Minnesota and across the country are cheering on for people to riot. They are cheering on for a replay of the Black Lives Matter and Antifa riots. They want shops burned. They want violence to occur. And the normalization of political violence, it is dangerous and it is wrong.
Yeah, make no mistake that the administration, the Walz administration, the Frey administration, they are elated to have this in their city tonight. This is as excited as they have been in months, because this is the perfect distraction away from the Somali fraud scandal, which is going to potentially take them all down. This puts all the eyes somewhere else. It gives them a song to sing. It gives them a cry out. It gives them this ridiculous narrative that they've created. It gives them something to victimhood, everything they could possibly want out of this, they're going to get. I mean, this is what it is. ICE are tyrants. They are Nazis. They're terrorizing our city, and we're here to protect you.
Well, listen, I'm grateful for ICE. I'm grateful for Border Patrol and law enforcement. They're keeping our communities safer. Your family's safer. My family is safer. The men and women of ICE risk their life every day to keep us safer. And they're right now out there, they're arresting criminal illegal aliens. They're arresting gangbangers and murderers and rapists and child molesters. And this woman, we will find out more facts. There will be an investigation. It will be based on the actual facts. But I'll tell you, for anyone, if you are stopped by law enforcement and you disregard the instructions of law enforcement and you drive off in a massive SUV and you endanger the lives of law enforcement, it is a predictable consequence that deadly force may follow from that. That is an exceptionally bad idea. If you are detained by anyone in law enforcement, to ignore their instructions and to instead drive your vehicle directly at them. And tragically, the result of this was a loss of life, which I'm sure this woman, if she could replay it and do it again, would have handled it differently. But that's not an option anymore.
I don't know what we're going to do. I mean, as far as the rhetoric around all of this, I don't understand how anybody could vote for the Democrat Party at this point. If you want to have a lawless society that has no borders and has no immigration law, with this much wealth, this country will dissolve very quickly if we go the route that they want to take us down. And these people they've turned sensible immigration they've vilified it. I mean, 15 years ago, Democrats and Republicans agreed that you needed to have immigration and customs enforcement, and now not only do they not agree on it, they think it's fascism to have that.
And look, Democrats now think it's good politics to get on a plane and fly to El Salvador and have margaritas with a gangbanger and human trafficker. Their agenda is vote Democrat and you'll get more illegal immigrants, more gangbangers, more murderers, more rapists, more child molesters. And listen, part of this is Trump derangement syndrome. Yeah. They hate Donald Trump so much that it's just driven them to the crazy extreme. It's not even the wrong side of 80-20 issues. It's the wrong side of 90-10 issues. I don't know who looks at America and says, you know what we need? We need more MS-13 members in America. We need more violent criminals. That's where the Democrat Party is right now. You know, Rob, there is a reason in 2024, in my reelect, that in Texas, I carried Hispanics statewide by 6 points. At the same time, President Trump also carried Hispanics in the state of Texas. If you look at the Rio Grande Valley, which has been bright blue for over 100 years, in 2024, we flipped the valley. President Trump carried the valley. I carried the valley. And the reason is, with Latino populations, we want our families safe. We don't want criminals terrorizing our children. And yet Democrats think that's a great agenda. We're going to bring more violent criminals into your neighborhood.
It's so true. And when you look at the numbers in that last election, it told the story. That even immigrants don't want to live in a lawless, borderless society. I have 10 seconds left. I'm looking at thousands of people in Minneapolis. Is this George Floyd round 2? What happens?
I pray that it's not. My prayers are for the safety of the people in Minneapolis, and I hope that we don't see violence. I will say there are a lot of Democrats, I think, tonight who are cheering on violence. That is sick and wrong, and violence is wrong regardless of whether I agree with your politics or not. Violence is never the answer.
They'd love to see it go. They'd love to see it go nuts, and then they'd love to bail them out too. Senator Ted Cruz, thank you so much, sir.
You know, everybody's reporting the same stories, the same spin. You turn the channel, it's always the same. But not us. We're different. We report the real news. No spin, just the facts. Turn to us, and you won't turn back.
Tune in to Rob Schmitt tonight on Newsmax.